I'd rather have a bowl of
Cocoa Pops.
hello, and welcome to the Pottervision podcast, the podcast where every 2 weeks, myself, Lucas Kirkby, and my friend Tom Lawrenson, we look at a chapter of the Harry Potter books. We don't just look at it, we read it, and then we talk about it amongst other interesting things. This week we're on episode 151. It's treble 20, treble 17, double tap. And it's a very frosty Christmas. Tom, we're not too far from Christmas, are we? A couple of months away. You looking forward to it?
October, mid-October.
Yeah.
Right, before that, we've got Halloween, Thanksgiving, bonfire
night. Yeah.
How do you celebrate bonfire night?
Well, they don't do it over here because, of course, it was a British attempted terrorist attack. But I don't know. I used to sometimes go and look at the fireworks, but not very often. Do you like looking at them? Ooh.
No, I think fireworks are for idiots.
Yeah, it's like when you see the ones on in London on New Year's Eve that they've spent millions of pounds on. You're like, wow, look at what that technology can do. But then when you go to your local park and they're just all the circle ones and a couple of zippers going up, you're like, well, it's just not as good, is it?
I wish I wasn't outside right now and cold.
Yeah. Why not have bonfire night in June, for example? That'd be good.
Or especially people who buy their own fireworks and set them off in the front garden.
Oh yeah, that's silly, isn't it? Why are you doing that? You'll end up with a scarred face.
So if you like fireworks, I'm sorry, but you're thick. But I do like to celebrate Guy Fawkes night.
Yeah.
I like to be hung, drawn and quartered myself.
Yeah. Yeah!
I'll attach a rope to each of my arms and legs and head.
Yeah.
And I'll have anyone in the neighbourhood just tug at them all at once.
Yeah. And then you get each one sent to a different corner of the country.
Yes.
I'll ring you up and I'll be like, how you doing? You're like, well, me right leg's in John O'Groats. And I'm like, bloody hell, is it 5th of November already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, 15th of November, it'll be my very special 30th birthday. Yeah.
30th?
A great big round one like that, a round birthday.
15th November.
Yeah, don't
30th.
forget, 'cause I'll be sad.
Old git.
Yeah, old git. It's just a stepping stone in life. I'm not that bothered about it. I thought I would be. Like, no.
Well, you've been acting 40 for 10 years.
Exactly, I'm catching up. But now I feel like, in the past few years I've got married, I'm going to have a little baby, a baby bird, and I'm all settled. So I feel like I'm all right to be 30 now. I'm allowed. Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to tick off your bucket list before you turn 30?
That I'll need to do in the next 4 weeks?
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure there's a darts tournament you'd like to go to, or a snooker tournament. You know snooker?
Hello, snooker! I might go have a game of snooker, I don't know. I've got a bit of a cold, I'm just going to do a horrible cough.
Oh, listeners, I'm sorry if you had to hear that.
Sorry about that.
Look, darts.
That's darts.
I love the
That's snooker.
initial.
Yeah, you got to feather it a bit first.
For anyone
There aren't
listening,
many
we are
dart
wiggling
players.
our. For anyone listening, we're wiggling our hands.
Well, you watch darts or you watch snooker. It's very rare that a dart player will just pick the dart and chuck it. They normally have like a little thing before they throw it, and it's the same with snooker. You don't just go back and go. They know it's called feathering the white ball. They go in and out a bit first, and then go for it.
Edging the cue, they call it. Edging the cue.
Feathering the cue, they call it. Feathering the white ball.
What was I going to say? If I was a darts player, I'd run up, I'd grab all 3 darts and just go, yeah! Each one of them bullseye. There's a darts player called
Wayne Mardle who can blow darts out of his mouth with accuracy. Like he can hit a bullseye. He puts the darts in sideways like that, like a tango dancer with a rose. And then he'll go... and the dart will go pretty accurately on the board.
Oh, do you reckon he figured out he could do that? Do you reckon he was doing that with Twiglets into his dog's mouth?
I think so. Oh. One of these days this will pay off. I suppose it will.
Accidentally does it to with a dart with his dog once, or a Twiglet with the board. Why'd you do that? I'm gonna have to wash that board now. We're gonna have to put that dog down.
I love how washing the board was the first concern. Oh, we'll have to wash that board now and put that dog down. Oh. There was a woman who was in the drama company I worked at who had to go to hospital because she had a dart stuck in her head. She was in a pub and she walked past the dartboard at the wrong time. And the dart went right inside the side of her head. Ooh. Forget the bullseye, I nearly got a woman's eye.
The things you find funny drive me crazy. Reminds me of a funny story where this woman almost died. That's not a funny story.
It's the way it happened. But that happened to me with football. I walked past the goal and broke my finger because I shot the ball and hit my hand.
You kicked the ball at your own hand?
No, I was walking behind the goal or in front of the goal and they scored and then the ball hit my hand. I wasn't playing. I was just trying to get from one side of the playground to the other.
What are you doing, laps? What are you doing?
I don't know, maybe I had people to see, things to do.
Business meetings, you're like TJ Detweiler on the playground at recess, you are.
Yeah, I'm like TJ Detweiler on the playground at recess.
Where's Gus Griswold? I need a job doing. Well, I'm going to have to go speak to the Amandas. Where's King Bob? Huh? Where's Vince? Where's
Somebody
Spinelli?
liked that programme, didn't they?
What do you mean? Do you say somebody? If you mean me, say me. Don't pussyfoot around it, right? I hate when people say.
All right, you like recess, didn't you?
Well, I did, yeah. If you must know.
Yeah, my sister liked it as well, but I never got into it.
He says he's got the theme tune memorised.
That's the bit I used to watch, and then I'd go out the room. Right, whoa, it's starting now. Tell me when it's near the end.
Yeah, let me tell you some things. I didn't never like Gus Griswold. Gus Griswold is basically the Harry Potter of recess because on the first episode, Gus is joining the school and he becomes part of this gang. And then everything about recess, they explain to Gus, just like Harry Potter. Like, we are Gus Griswold. And I'm like, that's me, is it? That little snivelling nerd. I don't want to watch a programme where that is me.
Yeah. Let me explain to you recess, Gus Griswold. No, I have been to a recess before. It's just, you finish your lesson and you come outside, don't you? But you know.
It's a bit more complicated than that. There's 5th graders.
Oh, I didn't know that. What the recess? I used to watch did I used to watch? That's So Raven. Or,
No, we're not taking a trip down memory lane.
Oh. Oh, sorry, Mr. Recess, Gus Griswold and the Amandas.
How's your new...
TJ Galifianakis, or whatever he's called.
How's your new job, Jobby?
Did you just call me a turd?
What do you mean?
You call me a jobby.
Oh, yeah, but no, I'm as in, like, you've got a new job, haven't you?
Oh, how's your new job, shitstain? Excuse me. I'm enjoying it. It's bloody relaxing. I go to work, I boot up my computer, and then start crunching numbers like that. I look in the files, I go, who needs an invoice sending? You! And I write an invoice, email it, and I go, oh, you've not paid. So I send a reminder, I said, you've not paid this. Send that. And then, stuff like that. And then if I get receipts, I have to type the receipts into a log. Like, don't know what you'd call it in English. That's the thing, because I'm learning a whole new thing in German. I don't know what the words mean in English. It's a very strange feeling. Yeah, but the Barkasse is called. The cash, like the cash register type thing. Ingoings and outgoings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. The people who work there are nice. And it's not stressful at all. Because nothing's urgent. You just get on with your job. You just crack on with it.
Mm. Do you listen to headphone? Nice. Do you listen to headphone or anything as you work, or do you work in silence?
No, I share the office with two older ladies who are they're quite traditional in the way they work. So I think I'd feel a bit odd shutting myself out with headphones. Yeah, but maybe when they retire, I'll listen to music.
We know what music you listen to. It's not
Gamble.
I hurt myself today to see if I still bleed.
Oh, Mr. Kirby, do you not like working here? No, it's just that Johnny Cash is self-harming in my ears. Oh. I lost my dog today. Well, sometimes I like that kind of country music, because sometimes it's nice to hear somebody upset. But other times I like the ones like, going round the bound with a fiddle in my shoe, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle bum boo. That's a bit of fun, isn't it?
There's no such song.
Well, I made it up, you know. Don't want to get done for copyright by me sounding like the actual song itself.
What'd you have for lunch then?
Oh, sometimes I go to Subway for a sandwich. And sometimes I'll get something from a bakery, like I don't know, like a croissant or a pretzel with something in it. The problem is I'm right in the city centre, so I'm near all the naughty things. Like McDonald's is there.
Sex shops.
I don't know about that. I don't go to that.
Oh yeah, what are we having for lunch, Mr. Kirkby? Edible underwear.
Nom, 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 nom.
Oh, these ones taste funny. Oh yeah, those were returned.
Oh! Those are mine. Oh! Sorry.
You taking them out my PE kit?
Oh. PE kits? Jesus Christ. The dark turns this man will take a conversation.
It's just a bit of fun, isn't it?
Just a bit of fun. Calm down. Yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. And the exciting thing is now I know what I'm doing. Because the idea is to make everything more digital. Because most of the stuff they do is on paper. And I'm supposed to be the guy that tries to help get things computerised. Because a lot of it's handwritten at the minute. So that's my job. Jobby.
How's the new flat?
It's good. A man came to fix the toilet today because it wouldn't flush properly or would take a long time to reload.
Was he having a go at you? You've been using it too much. Oh!
I've not. I've been doing most of mine in the city. Have you? Oh.
That's it. Jobby takes his shitties to the city.
Yeah. No, he didn't say that. He was professional. But it's all fixed now. And now we don't have to worry about going to the toilet before guests arrive in the fear that it won't flush.
I went to see a movie this week. I went with my sister Sophie. Went to see The Substance.
Oh, you're always watching highbrow movies with your sisters. What's The Substance?
Last one was a year ago.
Oh. What's The Substance?
It's this new horror kind of film where there's a substance where you inject yourself with it and your body splits into two. Your normal self, how you look, and this other self where you're beautiful. And you have to spend 7 days in each body.
Ooh!
And then you have to switch back.
Oh, that's a bit scary, isn't it?
It'd scare you, but there's some titties in it.
Oh!
There's bums in
That's
it.
the theme as well. I'm sure the last time you watched with your sister, there were titties in it.
These are 18s. Yeah. Your big sister takes you to see 18 movies. That's what's done.
Yeah. Well, there's no need for it.
Are you telling me you've never watched a movie with titties with your sister?
I don't think I have. I don't watch a lot of
You
movies. I watched
have.
Moana with her, and I'm sure there weren't any titties in that.
I like Moana. One problem though, no titty.
Hey, well, Moana 2's coming out. You never know. She's not called Moana in German. She's called like Vaiana or something.
What does Moana mean in German? I wonder why they couldn't use that. It must mean something.
Maybe. Anyway. Into the unknown. Oh no, that's Frozen in it. What does she sing?
It was funny. We got to the cinema, and when I booked the seats, the cinema was packed. Yeah, so there was just two close to the middle. I was like, I'll have them two.
Yeah.
And then, and there's this man in the seats, yeah, and he's splayed out over both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, got all his snacks out, coat, bag on the floor. It's like he's made himself at home.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm sorry, but I went, excuse me, pal, these are our seats. And he went, oh. And he gets all his stuff, takes him ages. Oh. Sophie sits down, he's like, oh, you're sat on my bag. And she's like, right. I was under her seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Melted your Maltesers, sorry.
Gets all of his stuff. He moves to two other seats. Yeah. Splays out again. Here we go. Time for the movie. Another couple walk up and go, you're in our seats. And he's like, oh. Just go sit in your fucking seat.
Had he even bought a ticket, this lad?
Yeah, and it turns out his seat was on the front row on the right because that was the only seat left.
He knew what he was doing, the cheeky sod.
But he's like, well, the only ticket I could purchase was the one on the front row on the right. These must be free.
But if you're going to do something like that, that's how you got to do it, with confidence. Get your snacks out, lay yourself out splayed. And then people are less likely to question it.
And it's funny, my sister Sophie, and she might listen to this, she's loud with a bag of crisps. When I am such a thoughtful person, when I'm eating crisps in the cinema, I wait till there's a loud bit and then I have some. You know, like...
Yeah.
It's like she was doing the opposite. She was like, well, it's awkward, this silence. I better eat some crisps and ruffle this bag.
That's the thing with horror movies. There's often like bits where there's like a minute of silent tension when somebody's like walking through a corridor or something. And then when something jumps out at you, most people are shocked or scared, but I'm like, great, I can now eat my popcorn. The music's back on. Oh, it's quiet again now. Yeah, I can have a drink at least.
But then I was like, well, the woman on the left, a stranger to the left of me, was just on a phone. So I was like, oh, I guess that's just the world we live in.
Turn your phone. Didn't you hear the man at the beginning? It's nice, isn't it? Turning your phone off.
Did you get that in Germany? It's nice, isn't it? Turning your phone off.
No, they don't do it in English with a Romanian accent. They do it in German. And I think there's normally like,
It's nice,
like a sign or something.
I reckon the Germans are quite good for being quiet in the cinema.
They're very good. They're well behaved in general, are the Germans. They follow the rules. Yeah. Ausschalten. That means turn off. Handy. Yeah, your phone's called your handy because it's in your hand. It's handy.
Job for Chris. What do you want for Christmas, mein Kinder? Un Handy. What? You're much too young.
Not one of them off me.
You want the handy of your mother?
You do that at home. We are home, but well, not with me. Oh,
It's private. All the little German boys waking up on Christmas Day.
oh,
kidding.
you didn't have
Just
to do
kidding,
that, did you,
everyone.
listeners?
I'm just kidding, everyone. I didn't mean it.
We're sorry, YouTube watchers. This is a family podcast, Tommy always reminds me. I'm reminding him.
A family handy podcast. Are you dressing up for Halloween?
Well, we were thinking of doing a live podcast recording, weren't we?
Well, we better get it organised.
Well, I asked you when you wanted to do it and you didn't respond.
That doesn't sound like me.
Bloody does. But yeah, maybe the next episode we'll do a live thing for our Patreon followers on Microsoft Teams. You can join us online and watch us record a podcast and ask questions and join in the chat. And we'll dress up most likely. Are you doing anything for Halloween?
Got a gig at Hot Water.
Hey, that's nice.
October is always my most popular month in terms of getting gigs off normal promoters. They're like, what freaks can we have on this month? Get him on.
Do you? Because some comedians have like seasonal material, don't they? Like at Christmas, they have some Christmas jokes. So, do you have any Halloween stuff that you do?
No. Sorry.
No. Christmas stuff that you do at Christmas?
No, sorry, no.
Oh, Easter.
I normally just say Christ is risen, and I'll leave
Oh.
it at that.
Yeah. Christ is risen. Good night.
No, we've paid you for 20 minutes, have you?
Let me have a think.
Deep-a-deep-a-bee. Let me have a think. Just do your normal set. No, it's got to be Eastery. How many chocolate eggs have you had today, love? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean you.
Oh! Oh, that was a big hunt. Is that any good? I don't know. Well, you've still got a couple of weeks to come up with some good material.
What have I been up to?
Halloween.
I'm such an all or nothing person, so I've been in this I've been trying to get fit again, and so I've done 2 weeks of that PT.
Yeah.
And that's been going good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been what else have I been doing? Eating right as well.
Yeah. And how's it going?
Yeah, good.
That's great. You feeling better?
Yeah, I think so. It's good. I sleep better when I exercise.
Oh, that's good. Maybe that's what I need to do.
But will this be my cycle for life? Have a month really good, then 6 months off, and then another month good, and then another 6 months off, over and over again until I die.
Well, thinking with a scientific brain and measuring all the evidence over the past 10 years, I think, yeah, that's quite likely.
Yeah, you've got to be quite militant to stay on top of it, haven't you?
Yes, you've got to have a very, good control of yourself. Not to look at a big bag of Maltesers and say, I'm going to eat them. And to get up every day and do a bit of movement.
Moving around.
You don't need to come to the gym to do that. Do you don't want to use the machines or anything? No, I'm just going to star jump.
I'm just sat in a chair doing that.
Yeah, do you go like at the same time every day? Do you have a routine with it?
I try and go during the quieter times. I watched a movie last night called The Fall. It was a movie that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Came out in 2006, and
Right.
it was good. It's on Mubi, or it might be on Amazon Prime.
Hang on, what is Mubi?
You don't know what Mubi is?
I thought that was a man booby. Like moobs.
No,
What's
it's a.
Mubi?
It shows how uncultured you are. Mubi is like the streaming app for people who like cinema.
Oh, I'm very uncultured. I don't have Mubi.
Yeah. Do you have any posh cinemas where you live? Because in Manchester we've got home cinema, and when it starts, it's like supported by the European Union, and it plays different music. It's like dooba dabba dee ba bow, scoopa doo ba ba dow.
That sounds good. No, well, I don't know. I think there's one next to. There's a theatre near us that's just dedicated to. Am I allowed to say that? Cut that out. I don't want people to know where I live.
We have a policy of not editing these podcasts, and now you want me to search 28 minutes in.
Yeah.
So you think now we've moved hosting apps, 500 listeners are gonna come find you in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, I'll cut it out.
But what was I gonna say? I think we've still got the same amount of listeners. I just don't think the new hosting app registers them all.
I don't believe that.
Oh. Hey, by the way, listeners, if you like us and you'd like us to have some money, we've got these adverts that are on the podcast, and if you listen to it, then we get more money. And if you skip it, we don't get as much money. So even if you don't like the advert, maybe just leave it on and go make a cup of tea or something.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. We get an impression for every time somebody has listened to it, but if they skip it, then we don't get the impression. And you want to make a nice impression.
It makes me laugh because I think there's about 3 episodes where I've been like, listen, trying to encourage people to get on the Patreon. We don't have any adverts on this. We rely on you to support us. And then it's going to go, you should sign up to LinkedIn to get that new job you want. I thought you just said we don't have adverts.
Oh. It's quite a new thing. We've only been connected to them for a month. But, hey, you get this podcast for free. You know, it's nice that we get a little bit of something for it, you know.
No, we'll see after this at the end of October if we've made any money. Because that new hosting app doesn't tell us if we're making any money. It just gives us bare bones.
Yeah, I think we'll. I don't know if it's appropriate to be talking about this on the pod, but I think we'll. I think we'll get some information end of October, and because with our previous thing, over a year we got $35. So I'm hoping we'll get a bit more with our new patch. Anyway, enough about our annual general meeting.
Yeah. What's this chapter called?
A very frosty Christmas.
Alright, go on then.
You want a rundown, do you?
Please.
It's Christmas, and Harry's with the Weasleys. And it's all just normal Christmas stuff, innit? They're having fun, they're cutting up sprouts, they're listening to a woman singing. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door, and who is it? It's the prodigal son, Percy Weasley. And he's with his boss, the Minister for Magic. It's like Keir Starmer turning up. And it's all a pretense. Percy doesn't actually want to be there to see his family. Rufus Scrimgeour wants to talk to Harry, and he wants Harry to be like a mascot for Minister of Magic. They want to see him going in and out and, supporting stuff and shaking their hands and things. But Harry doesn't want that. He says, no! And that's the end of the chapter.
I don't want to.
You're not my friend!
Christmas at the Weasleys again.
Yeah.
So, the biggest thing that struck me, well, I always forget, because a lot of my memory of these books is from the films. So,
Yeah.
Lupin became a werewolf because Greyback bit him.
As a child, yeah.
Isn't that mental? And he bit him out of revenge on his father.
It's horrible, this story about this Fenrir Greyback. He's a werewolf that's trying to convert as many people as possible to werewolves. And he targets children. So he goes near children, and then when he turns into a werewolf, he bites them. And then they, indoctrinate them and radicalise them against wizards.
It's
horrible.
So I read this thing. It said 2 Muggle children had been killed, but Greyback denied killing them, and he swore to Lupin's dad that he was merely a tramp and not a wizard.
Where have you read that?
Don't know.
You do. You're looking at it now.
Yeah,
what website are you on?
I've copied and pasted it.
Oh, bloody hell! You've done a lot of prep for this episode. Copy and pasting.
Sometimes I do additional research.
Very good.
More than you lazy git.
You lazy son.
Yeah, but that's funny. Did you kill these 2 children? I'm not a wizard. I'm a tramp. We don't say tramp.
Yeah. Homeless. And also, did you kill them is what we asked.
Well, I'm not homeless. I'm not homeless. Why are you dressed like that? I said I'm a tramp. We don't say tramp.
You don't say that.
So, Mr. Lupin, Lupin's dad, was trying to keep Greyback in court to see if he transforms to prove that he's a werewolf. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the court was like, no, he's fine, let him go. And in a moment, he loses his temper and he exclaims that all werewolves are soulless and evil, deserving nothing but death.
Oh!
Greyback takes umbrage with this.
Yeah, what does he do with her?
Come on. He, and as revenge, he bites Lupin's son.
Oh. Wow, imagine Lupin's dad, he's anti-werewolf, werist, and suddenly his son's one.
Hello,
What
anti-werewolf.
do you do then? Do you abandon him? Do you learn to accept?
Yeah, that's what you do with your children, isn't it? You abandon them.
You abandon them. You send them to boarding school.
How's that even an option in your head? God, I'm not looking forward to reading Lucas Kirkby's Guide to Parenting. Choice C, yours. You either abandon or you accept them.
Oh,
I'll accept and continue reading.
I accept. Yeah, it'd be like one of those. Do you remember those Choose Your Destiny books? Where you'd
There's no such thing.
There is. You'd read a book and it'd be like an adventure book. And then it'd be like, if you want Tom to punch the old woman, turn to page 40. If you want him to give her a nice pat on the head, turn to page 52. And so you could decide how the story goes. And that could be like with my book. If you want to abandon the baby, close the book. If you want to keep the baby and accept them, then keep reading.
When I've watched the films and I've seen Greyback, I had no idea that was a werewolf.
I didn't. I just thought he was some horrible bloke.
I remember seeing it and going, what's that?
Yeah. I just remember thinking, oh, it's Fagin. What's Fagin doing in Harry Potter? I just thought he was some, like, robber.
Yeah. Because there are them, like, weird wizards, like... I was reading something that it's in a bit of dispute to how many children are actually at Hogwarts. Because J.K. Rowling has said there's thousands there. But it seems like there's only...
a couple hundred.
25 per year. Or maybe 50
times 775.
50 per year.
Yeah.
5 boys and 5 girls in each thingy.
5 boys, 5 girls, 10. 10 times 4, 40. 40 times 7 years, 280. Kids at Hogwarts.
Stop doing maths. People don't like it. It scares them.
Oh. But
I think people are going to be surprised that me and you are 151 episodes in and we still know very little about this book.
But that's the wonder of it. You get to learn with us, listeners. We don't want to lecture you about what happens.
But we're never learning anything.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I wonder how many kids are at Hogwarts. Lad, you are 150 episodes in. I never knew he was a werewolf. Right, lads.
We watched Tweenies on the Patreon episode last week. And if you like that, I think we had a bloody good laugh, didn't we?
Yeah. I tell you what, we've done about 91 episodes of Patreon. If all the previous 90 episodes haven't convinced you to pay some money and get the bonus content, the Tweenies will, yeah? Get on that. We had a great time. It was Fizz's birthday.
Yeah.
And we're watching Rag next week. Aren't we?
What?
We're watching Rag.
Yeah.
Which I've never heard of, but it looks good.
If that doesn't entice you to sign up, I don't know what fucking will.
I looked at the YouTube comments of that and everyone was like, thank God, I thought this was a dream. Thank God you've uploaded it. I thought only I'd ever watched it. I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
It's funny when you watch a freaky little cartoon when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Because you watch it and you're like... You don't know any better. You're just like, you don't even know it's weird. You're just like, okay. And then it ends. And you're like, right, yeah.
That was that, I suppose. I enjoyed that. The chapter starts... 40 minutes into the podcast. The chapter starts with Harry explaining to Ron about him overhearing Snape and Malfoy. Right, I'm sick of this. This is about the 4th or the 5th chapter in this book that starts with Harry repeating what's happened in the previous chapter, explaining to Ron or Hermione.
God.
I'm like, I've just read about this. I don't need to hear Ron going, no, really? Why do I need that? I've just read about that. Show, not tell. You either cut out the bit where Harry hears it, or you cut out the bit where he tells Ron. We don't need both.
What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be, Jacko? You gonna cut out the first bit, or you gonna cut out the second bit? Yeah?
Eh? Huh?
Yeah, because I'm Bloomsbury, and I published this book.
Yeah, they don't need to be that thick. Half the book is it re-explaining the chapter we've just had. Right, do you know what you've just read? Yeah. Well, in case you don't, here it is.
Oh. Snape and Malfoy were in that. I know. If I didn't know what you're on about, I'd read again. What is that green rubber UFO looking thing that you're floating around the screen?
I didn't know you could see that. I didn't know you could see that.
Well, a bloody cut. You might not be able to see it on your phone, but I can see it on the laptop.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do actually. It's very distracting, but in a nice way.
No, come on. Let's get back on point.
Don't summarise the chapters. Previously on the Harry Potter show.
God, I know. You've got you doing that as well. So if anyone who's been reading the book along with us, you just had that 3 times.
Yeah, we don't need it. Well, maybe I'll just cut my bit out then and not summarise the chapter.
Oh, people love the rundown.
People like the rundown, don't they?
Yeah.
Ron reveals that his brothers tried to make him do an unbreakable vow when he was about 5 years old.
Mm.
And if you break it, you die. That's scary, isn't it?
Mm.
But I'd imagine as a kid you'd be like, if you didn't believe someone, you'd say, unbreakable vow it then.
Well, should Fred have been sent to an asylum for doing that?
Yes. Should have been sent to Arkham Asylum.
With the Joker?
Yeah. And all the other freaky Batman villains.
Mr. Freeze, the Croc.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze, the Croc.
Riddler.
Riddler, Poison Ivy, Penguin. Something else? Catwoman.
Yous are all boring on this flight. Excuse me, I have just completed the Riddler's quest. And you think me boring? Yeah.
Oh, sit back down then, sorry.
Sorry.
I have just found all 10 feathers in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Oh, well done. Yeah, I don't know why they're feathers. I'm playing that game at the minute. It's about when you're an assassin and you kill people. And then other times you look for feathers.
Feathers is Banjo-Kazooie. You're getting your games mixed up. Bang, 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 bang.
What am I getting mixed up?
In Banjo-Kazooie, you collect feathers, not Assassin's Creed.
You do collect feathers in Assassin's Creed. I've never played Banjo-Kazooie.
Listeners, please flood Lucas's inbox by telling him that you collect feathers in Banjo-Kazooie.
You might collect feathers in Banjo-Kazooie. I've never heard of that game.
Find out what school he works at and email his boss telling him he needs to be put on a consequence.
Oh, that's worryingly vague. What's the consequence going to be, sir? Oh, didn't know you were allowed to do that.
Yeah, you better hope your boss isn't a fan of Rareware games. You better hope.
What are Rareware games?
That's the developer.
Oh, the developer. Very good. George, so Ron is cutting up Brussels sprouts, and George uses magic to make Ron cut his finger with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a fun prank, lads. Making your brother cut his finger with a knife. That's not a laugh.
That's the issue with pranks. You have to keep escalating them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Started off, let's make someone's face turn into a pig. And
Yeah.
now it's let's kill Ron. Let's cut my brother's hand. Right. This is over the top.
Well, maybe
If you
that's where
agree
they're
it's getting
going,
over the
because-
top. If you agree it's getting over the top, find out what school Lucas works out. And
Hey, what's all this?
email his boss.
Oh!
Don't do that.
Maybe that's the way the Weasleys are going, because they've already admitted that they're making weapons for the ministry in the back of their shop. So maybe they're becoming more violent. Maybe this is the start of their villain story. The Weasley twins going rogue. They're all together at Christmas. Do you get together with your family at Christmas? Does everybody come at the same time to visit your mum and dad?
I don't think anyone's going to bother this year.
Ah,
It was crap last year. I'm not doing that again.
but you have to see your family at Christmas.
Oh, what if they're my family?
Oh. Well,
Why do you see
we're
your
going to
family
be
at
in
Christmas?
Germany, obviously, with the baby. And then I think as soon as he's born, my mum and dad are just going to fly over. And
On
then my
the
sister and her
15th.
family are coming when school holidays are.
Is Baby Kirk be due on the 25th of December?
No, 17th.
17th. Capricorn.
Is it? Oh, that's exciting. I thought December was saggy hairy ass. What? Is it not?
Tonks' Patronus has changed form. And they say this can happen from having a great shock or an emotional upheaval. If you went through something traumatic, Lucas, what would your Patronus change into?
It would change. What would it start off as? Say it was a nice mouse or something. If I had a traumatic experience, it would turn into the bobbit worm.
What's the bobbit worm?
Oh, it's horrible. It's a worm that's got like... It looks like the sandworm from Dune. And it stays at the bottom of the ocean under the sand. And as soon as a fish comes near it, it goes, it grabs it and pulls it under the sand and kills it.
Who's taught you
So I think-
about that?
Internet. So I think if I had a traumatic experience, I think my Patronus would turn into the bobbit worm. What about you? Don't say bobbit worm as well, because I said that.
I was going to say bobbit worm anyway. I'd have to say the
weren't.
bobbit worm. I genuinely was going to say bobbit
Were
worm.
you?
Yeah, I was going to say the bobbit
funny.
worm.
It's an horrible little twat, isn't it? So what's it going to be now then? Blobfish?
Blobfish. I don't know. Bald eagle.
Bald eagle. Do you know what's sad about the blobfish? And I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before. But under
Knowing
the
you,
sea,
yes.
knowing me probably, under the sea, I'm not saying it's beautiful, but it don't look like it does in the pictures. Because it lives at the bottom of the ocean where the pressure's different, the water pressure. And it just looks like a normal fish. Not a beauty, but, you know, relatively normal looking. And it's only when it comes out of the sea that it becomes all blobby. And so all the pictures of a blobfish that you see with its big nose like that, it's dead.
Oh.
So what do you make to that? And it was like voted the world's ugliest animal. I was like, well, you've just put it out of its
Do you know
natural
I hate?
habitat.
Do you know,
What?
I prefer to look. I'm sick of already that moon deng thing, whatever that is.
That baby hippo.
It seemed right up your street. That.
I've seen a couple of videos of it. It's just a silly hippo, isn't it? Runs around.
I don't have any interest towards it. I think it's like a fake thing. Sometimes I think they force fake internet sensations upon us. Like
Maybe.
this baby hippo, and also, I think people are trying to. I think there's a conspiracy that they're trying to make half zip hoodies seem cool. So these hoodies, right, that have got a zip that goes down to there. And I don't think that's cool whatsoever. But I've seen a load of TikToks that are like, yeah, the half zip hoodie, it's so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think that's cool. But I've seen it infiltrating. I've seen it on like BBC videos, and I'm like,
Oh, I like the Moon Deng hippo, but I don't know about this half zip hoodie. What does it mean? It goes like sideways or what?
No, it just goes like you can zip it down to there and zip it back up.
That's not good, is it?
Well, what do you want me to say?
Well, if I have a hoodie, I like to be able to open it up like a jacket. Not to flash, but, just to get a bit of air into your t-shirt area.
Too much snogging in this. Ron confesses that him and Lavender don't talk much, they just mainly snog.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sick of hearing about it, honestly. I hope they get over it, because half of this book's snogging.
Is this a private school thing? Because most people in high school don't snog anyone.
No, they don't. You just like pull people's pants up in a wedgie, and
You'll have people listening to this going, maybe that's you, Pottervision boys. Everyone else was snogging, and we're like, no one was snogging in high school. It wasn't something anyone was doing. Pottervision
I remember
boys.
like maximum in my school there would be maybe like 2 couples in our year that were going out with each other.
Yeah,
that was about it. And they didn't snog at school.
What
you learn at school. You don't do tonsil tennis.
In the UK, 2 couples might snog. In Germany, you got everyone with a handy, right?
Exactly.
Everyone's getting handies in Germany.
Ooh, a new one every 2 years.
My friend was telling me back in high school that in primary school, a boy and a girl were snogging on the playground in year 6.
Right.
And everyone was crowding round to watch them. And any time they'd stop, he would say, "Do it again."
Well, that sounds lovely. What are the dinner ladies doing at this point?
What's this spectator? More. Give us what we want.
Oh, not good. Yeah, play football or soldiers or something. Don't be watching them doing that.
Don't be watching them doing that.
Lupin and Mr. Weasley. Harry's talking about Snape. And Lupin and Mr. Weasley are like, well, Dumbledore trusts Snape and we trust Dumbledore. It's like, well, do you want to do a bit of independent thinking, lads? You can't all be, just trusting one old bloke's opinions when there's a war going on. Well, I trust Churchill. Okay. Even though a lot of evidence says to the contrary. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says Lupin is working underground as a werewolf, trying to get into the werewolf community. And because of that, he's looking very thin and unwell. It's like, Lupin, that's 1 night a month, brother. You could be eating normally rest of the time, sleeping, having a nice month. Once a month, not doing that.
I've been biting people's children. Listen, man, we don't bite people's children when we fall out with them, right?
Yeah.
Pick up the phone, have a conversation. Yeah? Shake hands. We don't go nibbling on no toddlers' kneecaps.
Exactly. Yeah. This Fenrir Greybacker wants to make enough werewolves to overcome the wizards. Well, tell you need to get in touch with Hagrid. He will keep those babies under his bed for you. Look after them. Why hasn't Greyback got in touch with him?
Right. How many gnomes petrified, painted gold on top of a tree are you giving this chapter out of 5?
Can I just say that it's horrendously cruel what they did? Fred and George have taken a garden gnome, which is a sentient being, petrified him, painted it gold, put it in a tutu, and tied it to the top of the Christmas tree. And it's awake during this whole process. It's disgusting, and they need to call the RSPCA. Oh, gee. I'm going to give this... it was all right. They made it a bit more exciting, having the Prime Minister turn up. And... but was it very exciting? No. A lot of talking, a lot of singing, cutting up sprouts. I'm going to be quite harsh and give it 2 gnomes on the top of Christmas trees out of 5.
Excellent. Now, for me, 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree. I think I was bored throughout this chat. The only thing I liked in this was finding out that Greyback bit a baby boy. Everyone's got their origin story, and his happens to be a friend of his dad's bit him. 2 petrified gnomes out of 5. Right, are you ready for this week's quiz?
Yes.
Quiz, baby quiz. Quiz, baby quiz. Quiz Shack, baby, please.
I've got me a Chrysler as big as Wales.
Which buttock did Arthur spank Fred on?
Left.
Correct. Question 2. Where did Greyback bite Lupin Jr.?
On his neck.
On his buttock. Question 3.
Where does it say that?
Question 3.
No, where does it say that he bites Lupin on his ass?
Question 3. What did the necklace Lavender bought Ron say?
Sweetheart.
No.
Oh.
Question 4.
What was it?
It said like Snogmaster General.
Right. I've got this written down somewhere. This is a load of bollocks.
Well, there's no checking during the quiz.
There bloody should be. Go on. What is it? What next question?
Question 4.
Yeah.
What did Tonks' Patronus turn into?
Wolf. Oh, I don't know. Just a big 4-legged thing.
Correct. Question 5. Whose house were they at for this chapter?
Yeah, the Burrow, the Weasleys.
Unfortunately, you have lost the quiz. Quiz Shack, baby, please.
Do you know what? It's been a while, but I think this is another controversial quiz. And I want everybody to message my boss directly and complain about that. I don't like it. Feel like it's been taken away. Now it's time for the nation's second favourite, my favourite, Hedwig's Droppings. We're not alluding to owl poo. We're not alluding to ploppings. We mean the messages you send in when we allude to Hedwig's Droppings. Now, what's in the beat this week? Hedwig is gagging. Hedwig's beak is chock-a-block, full of messages. So we're going to get through them all, and I hope some of them are nice and kind. Now, the first message is on Instagram from Emma. And Emma says, me and my partner are getting married in Florida on the 30th of October. And I'll, of course, be listening to the podcast next week on the plane when we fly out there. So we'd absolutely love it if you wouldn't mind giving us a shout-out. Love listening to you guys every Monday. You have me in stitches every week, so thank you. Well, congratulations, Emma and unnamed partner. We hope you have a lovely holiday. Oh, bloody hell, you're going to Florida. You'll have an underwater wedding. It's all bad over there at the minute, isn't it, Tom?
Don't know, I don't watch the news.
Oh, Hurricane Milton. Well, hopefully it's all right by the time you get there, and you can have a lovely wedding. And I hope that you love each other very much, and you're always kind, and you never go to bed on an argument. All right? So, thank you very much, Emma. Now, the next message, we've had an email from Martha Nye. Now, Martha says, I'm currently listening to Double Vision while at work as a postie. Hey, that's cool. I just listened to the first part of the Robbie Coltrane tribute episode and was reminded of my favourite anecdote I've heard about Coltrane. A guy I used to work with once told me he was in a cafe in the West End of Glasgow with his little brother who was a massive Harry Potter fan. They realised Robbie Coltrane was sitting a few tables along, and my old co-worker, as a nice gesture to his younger brother, approached him and said, "Are you Robbie Coltrane? My little brother over there loves Hagrid and would love a picture with you." To which Robbie Coltrane responded, "Oh, fuck off, mate," and turned back to his coffee. That story always makes me laugh, as does your podcast. Thanks for keeping me company while on my rounds on every road trip or drive.
That's
P.S.
nice.
My boyfriend and I often sit round the dinner table together and listen to Pottervision. It's a family podcast. So thank you very much, Martha. I like that story about Robbie Coltrane. Hey, we've had a message on Instagram from Andy Kidd. I experienced a strange coincidence yesterday that I thought might tickle you. I'm currently catching up with your wonderful podcast and was listening to episode 76, The Weighing of the Wands. Towards the start, Lucas references the bouncing bombs of Barnes Wallis, joking how uncommon the phrase is and how it was potentially a strange off-the-cuff reference. Later in my commute, still listening to the same episode, I was walking along a main road near my home and looked over at a house that I don't believe I have ever looked at or noticed before. And there was a plaque on the wall that claimed the house was the previous home of none other than Sir Barnes Wallis, CBE. I must say it blew my mind. Have you ever experienced any coincidences that just seem too weird to explain? Have you ever had something like that where you have a weird coincidence?
Yeah, all the time. I'll be, I don't know. I'll be thinking about something and then someone else will say it.
Well, I think that's the thing, innit? If you've had something like recently embedded into your memory, then you're more likely to notice something about it later on. But yeah, what a kooky coincidence, Andy Kidd. Now, we've had another message here from Georgia MC on Instagram. And she says, "Hi lads, an avid listener here. Love your spin on things and the wacky way you interpret the books. Just wanted to say that I heard a baby crying today. And instead of thinking, oh, that's a baby crying, my brain instantly thought, sounds like Tom. I wonder if it's the baby Harry. So thanks for the brainwashing." You're very welcome. You do a very accurate impression of a baby crying, Tom, I must say.
Maybe that's what's got you to want to have a baby. Me doing that, I think. I made your paternal instincts kick in.
Maybe. Yeah, you might be right there. Now, we've had another message on Instagram from Emma Monteith. And Emma says, "Hi guys, I've only recently discovered your show after attending one of Tom's Buried Alive." Sorry.
Oh. Man's dying.
Oh dear. I know. It's because I've been talking for an hour. And Tom had me in stitches discussing meal deals. I've been listening for a week and already 18 episodes in whilst marathon training. Oh, sorry, Emma. Oh, God, I've gone all funny.
You're such a weird bloke. You're like, right, it's the biggest bag of droppings ever. I can't talk, but here we go.
Sorry, let me just have a bit of Coke. Oh dear. My question to you, and apologies if it's come up already, but who do you think is sleeping with who out of the teachers? And why do they not have any families? Did we discuss this once?
We think they're all weirdo poly people. I think weirdos, full stop. different sentence now. And they also might be poly people and they're all shagging each other.
Yeah, we thought McGonagall and Dumbledore is certain. Hagrid doesn't... I think that would just be bad for anybody involved. He's got his pumpkins. I think Slughorn and Trelawney, they might be together. Oh, I'm sorry about this, listeners. I'm turning away, so I'm hoping on the phone it won't be as horrible. But I apologise, Tom, because it's going directly into your ears through the...
No, the software stops me hearing it. Because it's so loud, it probably doesn't want to hear that, so I'd say silence.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, why do they not have families?
Do you want to stop?
It's getting quite bad, but we're nearly there.
Were you just trying to start a new conversation with me?
Well, what was I going to say now? Yeah, why don't they all have... are they all just going to die childless and alone, or every teacher? They need to keep the wizard population going. Anyway, thank you. We've had we've had another message from Leonore, who says, I had a fit of laughter when I listened to the early Book 5 episodes before the wedding honeymoon break, and you said you would finish the book beginning March 23, and you actually finished March 2024. Well, it's all spread out now, hasn't it? Because we've gone to fortnightly. So you get us for longer. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, the final two messages are a couple of would you rather questions. I was going to do that today, but we've already done enough time, I think. But I found this in a bookshop in Germany. It's Harry Potter, Would You Rather? Würdest du lieber? And it's got loads of cards with would you rather questions on them. But we might play that a different episode when we're bored.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we've got two would you rathers. One is from Richard Cornelia, whose nickname is the Corn Star. And he's emailed us on the website. Just starting to listen, and it's a very good podcast, gents. I enjoy it tremendously. The would you rather question is, would you rather be in our current world and know nothing about Hogwarts and wizards, or be a big fat squib in the wizard world and have no powers or anything but still be in the wizard community? What would you prefer?
What was the first one again?
Just not know about wizards and be a muggle, or be a squib.
Well, squib, and then you can at least take advantage of it. Going, will you multiply this money for me? I don't want to do that. Go on, I'll give you a blazer.
What's a blazer? I can
anyway,
guess.
Next one.
I've never heard it be called a blazer before. I think I'd rather be a squib, because you could at least do potions, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Right. And our next would you rather is from Ruby McKeague. And she says, I love the podcast. However, I've only recently discovered it. I introduced this to my friend Emma, who last week has already smashed through book one and is racing ahead of me. She loves would you rathers, and I have one for you both. Would you rather have Dolores Umbridge as your mum or Wormtail as your dad? You have to live with them growing up before you go to Hogwarts at 11. So what do you reckon? Umbridge is your mum or Wormtail is your dad?
Umbridge. Can't. I think Umbridge is at least loyal. Wormtail would sell anyone out, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Where's your dad? My dad's a rat who sleeps in a little boy's bed every night. Oh. No, thank you.
Oh.
I'd rather have me mum, because she's always going to be at the ministry doing stuff, so you wouldn't have to deal with her. Whereas Wormtail's just going to be like every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
why do we have so many would you rathers? What's going on?
2. I don't know. It's just serendipitous.
We've never had one before.
Well, now I've had 2. Thank you very much, Ruby. Now we've got a few baby patrons to welcome. I can give my voice a rest. The first one is somebody called Bring Back Fish Friday. And they're a baby Hermione. Thank you, Bring Back Fish Friday.
Bring Back Fish Friday. You are a baby at an office Christmas party. You have jumped atop the photocopier and you're making photocopies of your body. You start handing them out and everyone is laughing. Laughing. One man laughs so hard he falls backwards out of a window. Ah! He hits the floor. You run down 18 flights of stairs to try and get to him. There's still a bit of life in his body, so you try and revive him. You think, oh, this man isn't waking up with heart, with chest compression. I'll have to use smelling salts. Oh, but I don't have any. So instead, this man, Lucas, you're the man on the floor, by the way.
Oh.
Look, chest compression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not working. I'll have to use smelling salts. What have I got? My dirty nappy. Plop. Dirty nappy on his face.
Oh, didn't know you were going to do that.
You're alive. You're alive.
But at what cost? Oh, shit up my nose.
Welcome, Bring Back Fish Fridays.
Welcome. The next person to welcome is a baby Harry, and it's Catherine Darragh.
Catherine Darragh. Catherine, you are a baby on an obstacle course. You are running round, bullpen, slide, whee! One of them corridors with very thin punch bags. There's a Spider-Man in the obstacle course, but not like Spider-Man like Peter Parker, like a spider that's become a man, and he wants to kill you.
Welcome to my home.
You take out a gun and shoot him in the heart. He slides backwards down the slide. You think that's not enough. You slide after him. You grab some rope, wrap it round his neck, start to strangle him. Please, I'm a father, he proclaims.
Please, I'm a father. To some eggs.
You think, okay, I'll leave you alive, but I can't risk you harming me. You take 2 knives and you plunge them in his eyes.
Oh! Oh! That wasn't very nice.
Baby Catherine, welcome.
Welcome. We have another baby Harry, and it's Craig.
Craig, you are playing on the hillside. La 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 la. Let's go check on my washing. It's been airing out all day. Nice day, should be nice. Smelling good, cotton fresh. Oh no, a goat has been eating my washing.
Lovely cardigan.
You horrible little thing. What will I get in return for you eating my clothes?
You can have some of my milk and turn it into cheese.
Okay then, present your orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Into a bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this milk smells horrible. What kind of goat are you?
Smelly one.
What?
A smelly one. I live on a diet of bugs and manure.
Right, for that, come at you. He grabs your collar
Yes.
and marches you to the Hungry Pigs.
Oh! Don't give me to the Hungry Pigs!
The Hungry Pigs have not eaten in weeks. Right,
Yeah.
ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is ripped open, torn limb for limb, and dead. Welcome.
And we've got another baby Harry. Welcome, Emma F.
Emma F. Emma, you find an elixir in a cave and you drink it. Very unusual to do so. Could have been anything. Could have been a bottle of urine. Could have been poison. Could have been alcohol. Well, you drink it anyway. It was in a nice
Don't
vial.
drink that. Could have been urine. Wouldn't be the first thought I'd have, but go on. Yeah, it's an elixir.
You drink it. Oh, I'm starting to feel funny. Put your hands up in front of you, but there is nothing to be seen. You run to the water to try and see your reflection. It has turned you invisible. Oh my God, I'm invisible. You start running around. La 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 la. I'm on the beach. I'm invisible. You take a bucket and put it over a sunbather's head.
Oh! Who did that?
You pick up the spade. Bang, 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 bang.
Oh! Oh!
You run off. Hee 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 hee. La 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 la. A man is swimming out at sea with a rubber ring. It's so nice I can wear a rubber ring at sea because I can't swim. You run up with a little knife, pop it. No, I'll surely drown. La 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 la. La 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 la. A policeman approaches. Excuse me. You can be the policeman.
Oh, hello. What's going on here then?
You can see me.
Well, I can see a couple of footprints in the sand and a hat that you're wearing.
And my clothes. Can you see them too?
No, just that, for some reason.
Oh, that's good. I took off all my clothes. I put on some gloves though. Can you see those?
Yeah, I can see them. Pair of gloves.
Am I under arrest?
Yeah, give them gloves to me. I'm going to put them in handcuffs.
You pick up some sand and throw it at the policeman's eyes.
Yeah! Oh! There's no need to do that.
The policeman says, I quit, and he quits the force.
Yeah, I quit. Don't think I like this little girl.
Everyone on the beach looks at you cross. Welcome.
Fantastic. Thank you, Emma. And we've got another baby Harry, and it's Fiona Hutchinson.
Fiona Hutchinson.
Oh, it's going to be a good one, Fiona. You just wait.
Fiona, your relative has a problem. They've got a tummy ache. So you go to a doctor and you say, is there anything we can do? And the doctor says, we can shrink you down, put you in a little vessel, put you in their body, and you can go see what's happening. You say, yes. So they shrink you down. Just like that episode of Rugrats, yes. And they... Gulp, you are swallowed. Whee! Splash, you land in the stomach. In the stomach, you see a big worm.
I'm Mr. Worm.
Who are you?
I'm Mr. Tapeworm. I like to eat things in the belly.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you, Fiona.
How did you know my name?
Well, because I'm your relative's tapeworm. I hear all the conversations that you have with her.
Eavesdropper.
Sorry.
What do you want?
Well, I just want to keep eating from your relative's stomach.
Well, she's feeling very ill from you, so this is what we're going to do. You attach the tapeworm to your vehicle. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
This. Full speed ahead. You accelerate out of the stomach through the intestines, dragging the tapeworm with you. Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa!
Splash out of the anus. The tapeworm comes unfolding.
Yup!
No, let me back in. No way. The relative stands over it and goes,
Why did she have her trousers off already?
she's wearing a skirt.
Oh, no knickers?
Yeah, no knickers.
Yeah.
You are zapped to full size again. Oh, but unfortunately, they zapped the tapeworm to big size too.
Oh, I'm big.
And you all live happily ever after.
Lovely. Have you got one more in you?
No knickers! No, we got to end on no knickers.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Fiona. That was Hedwig's Droppings. This has been the Pottervision podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Like we said, if you want to get bonus episodes, bonus content, videos, extra things, merchandise, go to patreon.com/Pottervision. For as cheap as £4.50, you can access 91 bonus episodes of the pod. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to do a live Halloween recording, and we'll send out details on the Patreon. Every Patreon can do that. And on any tier, so as little as £2 can get you access to that. Next time, we will be on episode 152, chapter 17 of book 6, A Sluggish Memory. You have been the nation's favourite, Tom Lawrenson.
And you have been little Lucas Kirkby.
Goodbye.